Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles with one purpose only to help people all around the world of all walks of life achieve their manifestation goals. True story. All information from me is below. I've been a coach for 10 years total. 3 years on YouTube. My predecessor channel is linked directly below, and 7 years outside YouTube, coaching people of all walks of life in the entertainment industry primarily, but coming from all sorts of backgrounds. Really enjoyed that for a very long time before making my services available on YouTube because I saw an opportunity of it not being done the right way. I created what's called a signature coaching program and package for people who want to achieve the most in the least amount of time, who don't have endless amounts of money, let's just say, to have a coach always available on payroll. And so this is what I recommend. This is what you can enroll yourself in. First order of business is a 1 hour session to establish simply that we're a good match, that you've made yourself familiar with my material and you resonate with my personality. I'm very honest, very direct. You benefit tremendously from this approach because chances are you've already studied other coaches, been with other coaches, and nothing really came of it. I was never going to actually coach on YouTube. I was going to just put my 2 cents in about the whole SP situation because a lot of people simply don't have experience. They don't speak from experience. I don't know where they got these ideas, and it's a real disconnect. You could see it in their eyes when somebody doesn't speak from experience. It's very empty. It doesn't resonate. So this is kind of why I jumped on the wagon, and it just so happens that the matters of the heart are the ones that really prompt you to start to work on yourself. And I've been there. 15 years ago, I did my own deep dive, and that's exactly what drove me to do it. So I sympathize, and in that sense, I completely understand. Nothing before that ever drove me. No, I mean, I was pretty good with money, and even though here and there I had some issues, always knew how to manifest. But when it came to the affairs of the heart, it was really difficult for me because my self-esteem was in the toilet, as it were. So I deal a lot of with a lot of people who have the same issues, and during the last 15 years, I've certainly perfected my methods. They're very elegant and simple. They're not easy. And here's the thing, when you're hiring a coach, you're basically hiring somebody who's already done it, is coming from experience, okay, knows what the hell they're talking about, didn't just read a couple of books of Neville Goddard's or heard some lectures, but actually has their own experience. And somebody who can safely walk you through processing your mama drama panorama, energetically letting go of the old timeline. Now, I'm not a therapist, so please manage your expectations when you're signing up, even for the hour. It's in the agreement. I am not a therapist, even though I studied psychology and really dedicated my time and effort to understanding the human nature. I'm ever so fascinated. But what I do is basically give you very honest feedback. I'm very ladylike in my coaching, but I give you very honest assessment, which you need. You're going to have to need some honesty here in order to achieve the most results in the least amount of time, but also to know how to get there. Okay, so this is what I facilitate, and you're not going anywhere with any kind of quick fix. This is another thing that really is popularized in the stratosphere of SP community and manifesting community. It does not exist that you don't change the makeup of your beliefs, the background with which you operate, the programming, and you get to apply some kind of a method, and hoopla, you're a superstar. What you need, again, how I started out saying, what you need a coach for is that somebody knows the shortcuts and can safely guide you through your personal process, okay? Who can hold your hand and knows exactly what's going to happen, like 10 steps ahead, so that nothing is a surprise, okay? And knows how to get you there. Now, your part, okay? As a coachee, you have to come prepared to work. I mean, the work isn't going to do itself, okay? I can suggest, I can definitely give my guidance, which a therapist is not allowed to make those suggestions. But will you take action on it? That remains entirely with you. Some people, not many, but go through my coaching, never do anything with it. And so the result speaks for itself. But, if you're going to invest 2 to 3 months, is what I recommend. Come prepared to rock and roll, in that this is your opportunity to quantum leap yourself to a higher timeline and fucking stay there and keep quantum leaping. The people who are most successful in my coaching, they finish things and then they augment their own expectations and keep going in that sense. So understand, this is very much a commitment. Yes, it's a money commitment, but it's also an effort commitment. If you're really serious about transforming your life, you're not just, you know what I mean? It's not a joke to you kind of situation. Like, you will get really frustrated in my coaching if that's the case, because I will actually expect you to show up on time, and really, be an adult here and really put in some work. If you're not going to do it, you're welcome to spend the money, but then don't expect any results. You need to really be ready to rock and roll. Only then this partnership is a really, really successful one. Okay. So book the hour, sign the coaching agreement by hand, scan it. There's the steps on the community board. And then we'll talk in the session how I can be of help, what's going on, do. And then we can discuss, excuse me, if you need installments, that's available too, installment payments. From what I understand, and every single person has told me, it is more advantageous to book more than 1 month at a time, like 2 or 3 altogether. This way, the payments are more manageable. Okay, somehow, instead of booking 1 month to another, So you get the idea. But if you have any questions, by all means, reach out. The emails are below. I apologize for going on late. I'm very busy, and I had to assist a client, so my apologies, but I'm here and I'm really, really excited, because this topic, I'm sure we'll talk about it more than once. And this topic has everybody talking, okay? Like, how to have somebody obsess over you, how to have them really, zeroed in on you. Like, it's a lot easier than you realize. And I know you hear this from me like all the fucking time. But again, I can only come from my experience. And this is exactly what I'm here to share. Okay. Like, don't get this idea that you need to muscle anything in. Like, I don't know if you've heard my latest audio on my channel, doing manifesting SP with intuition rather than with force. So intuition, in my assessment, is your connection to higher self, being guided by the divinity itself. Okay, so how much effort is applied when you're simply utilizing your wisdom to connect to your higher self and being guided, knowing, having all the knowledge available to you, rather than playing this little teeny tiny person here on earth, pretending you're totally powerless. So if you're going to pretend, that you don't have this power, all right, but that role, right, it comes with certain circumstances, certain kind of timeline. But I very much want you to understand, you're pretending. You're pretending like you don't have any power over this guy, or over this girl. And somehow, maybe, not maybe, for sure, you've gotten used to playing this role, because, listen, there's a large part of you right now listening to this and watching this, and big thumbs up and big subscribe if I haven't mentioned this. This is a new channel, okay? Is a big part of you that is composed of what I call mama drama panorama. Literally, mom, dad, whatever the fuck came before you. Okay, to deny that is to be completely silly. Okay, so now your decisions have to be made every single day to walk away from that as far as you can, especially if your parent was toxic. And I deal a lot with clients whose parents were toxic. You're not, it doesn't happen that like your your parents were so loving and so supportive of you, and hoopla, you get relationship problems. Like, it doesn't exist. Someone fucked you up in the beginning, like drove your confidence into the ground and assured you, not just verbally, but with actions, which is even worse. When it's nonverbal communication, it's with actions, assured you that you're worthless, that you know what I mean, like you're gonna need to be perfect, in other words, in order to achieve anything in life, much less an love or affection of another human being. Okay, this is what it's all about. And so the further that you'll walk away from this bogus perception and start making choices of, what do I want to believe about myself? Am I going to claim on any such day as today my own power, and going to start controlling, in the most benevolent sense, controlling the narrative of my own fucking relationship and how people view me, especially somebody who I'm interested in? Okay, that you are obsessed about them, that's fine, but I want you to be obsessed over this in the most healthy fashion, not with the sentiment. So notice obsession. So let's just start with that. The number one thing is that you don't know that you're this powerful. So you're thinking, I'm powerless. I can't do anything. I'm the one obsessed. I'm the one hurting over here. So this is the illusion that you're playing with. What if you were to completely reverse that and understand, no, I'm the one with the power. In the minute I stop obsessing with the negative connotation, meaning, like, I can look at this, I can be obsessed in a healthy way. What does that mean? I really love this person. I really love how they, whatever, do something, their voice, their face, their eyes, this and that. And the feeling I get of the healthy obsession is one of, this really makes me happy. Every time I go and think about this person, nothing but love comes out of me. This is a healthy obsession. Like my obsession with candles and incense, I don't know, whatever, only healthy love comes out of it. Like in the minute it crosses over to obsession of, like, I'm obsessed because I feel powerless that I can't have them, you begin to taint this very powerful energy, this power that you in fact have over this person, to be able, yes, to maneuver them to do as you please. Because if you're feeling this obsession, they're feeling it too. If you are going to take on a role of and say to the universe, not verbatim, but with your energy, I'm the only one obsessed, they're not paying attention to me, then yes, this is instruction, but also they don't have the opportunity to come and obsess over you. In fact, like right now, as you are, like people always come to me, I want to lose weight, I want to, look differently. You don't have to do anything. Like right now, right here, you can be exactly who you are, weigh exactly as you weigh, look exactly, everything exact. And if in your consciousness this idea starts to ruminate that this person, even at a distance, even the many years, even in some cases that you haven't seen them, or the months, or whatever, the weeks, whatever it has been for you, at a distance you can start to formulate a different idea of them, and you will only see this version. Okay, that, you see how self-imposed this is. In romantic relationships, you just greeted with the counterpart that you basically observe in yourself. In other words, if you're saying, I'm on, like, as I'm sitting here and I'm saying to you, your SP is obsessed with you. Like, what comes up first? Is it greeted with doubts? Like, do doubts creep in and you start saying to yourself, yeah, me, whatever, like, I'm not perfect. This is wrong and this is wrong. Or do you go like, yeah, all right, I can tap into this feeling. Okay. And then, and then there's warmth and some kind of like greeted with like appreciation. So you see, like, even if they were obsessed with you right now, if you can't easily accept it for yourself, thinking, why would somebody be obsessed with me? I have this long list of things why somebody shouldn't be obsessed with me. They're not going to be obsessed with you, even if, like, traditionally or whatever, on the outside you're the most beautiful man or a woman, and you have the money and everything is, you're not vibrating as somebody who has this pizzazz, this magnetism of, yeah, anybody will be obsessed over me. How you think of them thinking of you is what they're thinking of you. Right? So imagine them at a distance. This is my favorite, and I didn't write this down in my notes, but thank goodness my higher self always helps out. Hold on one second. Let me just drink my little sip of my coffee. And yes, I'm still drinking coffee. Imagining them at a distance. How do you, like, when you thinking about them, like, how do you think about them at a distance? Like, are you automatically going to, let's just say that there's a third party, doesn't have to be, by the way. But do you even if there isn't a third party, do you automatically go to that? Like, "Oh, I wonder what women or men this person is meeting," or do you know what I mean? Or are you busy, like, visualizing them not giving a shit about you, basically? Like, what is the immediate thought that goes, "This is the representation of them in my consciousness." How do you think of this person? If your direct attention, if your instinct, so to speak, if your direct reaction is like, "Oh, I bet you they're having more fun with the third party," let's just say the third party situation, or "I bet you they're not thinking about me," that's the reality you're telepathically communicating with. Change this idea and start thinking, you know what? Out of nowhere, doesn't have to fucking make sense. It never makes sense. None of this makes fucking sense. Okay? None of it. If you really break it down, like the whole creation is one huge illusion. It really shouldn't be here. But somehow you and I are here and we're able to, co-create this experience and whatever, have some kind of a theater, hopefully, to enjoy, for the most part. So it doesn't have to make sense because, first of all, they're parallel realities. So how much sense does it make for me to continue, like, really punishing myself and being so hard on myself? If my preference is that this person, this guy or girl, is obsessed with me, it's over. Like today for me, if I had my eyes set on somebody, I'd be like, they're done for. That's it. Basta ka basta. I just decided they're gonna be like this. That I mean, I would still write it out just for my human mind, to have the checklist so my manifestation comes through. And if you haven't watched my very first live on this channel, do yourself a favor and go watch it. I share a personal success story about a what I call a magic spell is a really powerful intention. So if you wanted to write out a really, it's all how you script, the energy that you present yourself. Like two people can script and write down identical intentions, more or less. One will really believe in it, and another one will be like, well, this is a waste of time. I'm just going through the motions. You see the difference? It's not what you write, it's how you write it. So I go through in my coaching, I go through, there's also the magic spells audios that you can purchase on my website. The link is below. If you just want to hear about that and maybe sample my coaching, I don't know, my way of explaining, but it's super easy to do. And I learned this, I mentioned this also in my latest audio, singular, how I learned this from my maternal grandmother. She said, if you write stuff down and you just concentrate on it, always be benevolent. That's the only kind of like caveat. But you write it down, it's bound to happen. And so maybe in my case, because it came from my grandma and I loved and adored her so much. And she was very kind of like gut fearing and all of this. So she made sure, like, she instilled this in me, like, do not wish somebody ill because it's just going to come back to you. So that's a waste of fucking time. But because it was brought to my attention by her, my mind went, yeah, this works for sure. I mean, like, if my grandmother taught me that, like, it's an authority figure at the same time. So I was like, yeah, this works for sure. So maybe that's where I picked it up. But you just need to get used to the idea that your decisions are already playing out in your 3D. So fuck it. Like, let's just wish for the best, right? So it's already, your theater is already playing. Like, get with the motherfucking program. Start wishing for better things. And of course, the whole thing of getting used to there being no drama is a big thing with empaths, with people who went through anything traumatic, or just being a people pleaser, period, and caring so much about other people. Like, it's also nice to receive. I myself had to get used to that over 10 years ago. It was very awkward for me and very uncomfortable. Having been in two really destructive relationships, physically and emotionally. When I first started, when I went through my deep dive in my early 30s, like by 32, I was dating men that I could only dream of. Like, the caliber of men completely went up. And for a moment there, I was like, wow, this feels uncomfortable. This feels like, and it's like all the things that you guys want. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even specifically, mind you, like working it out that I want to meet, the next Mr. It or whatever. No, no, I simply was interested, like, why am I personally, what's going on with me internally that I keep attracting these people? Like, that's where my focus in. And inevitably, my romantic relationships also changed because now I had a handle on my own emotions. Like, if you had met me prior to, like, when I was like 28, up until age 28, you would be like, "What a mess." And you would be right, you know what I mean? You would be fucking right. And I'm not saying like I'm perfect or anything, like everybody's a work in progress, but I've definitely come a long way. So the caliber, but there, my point is, you will have to get used to this being normal now. Okay, that people, if you love somebody, if you like somebody, they're supposed to like you back. They're supposed to treat you well. Okay, so let me just stick with my notes, otherwise we'll be here for a while. So it's, again, I want to emphasize, when you think of them and you visualize them from a distance, like, what do you see immediately? Where does your mind go? They're thinking about me, they're obsessing about me all day fucking long, they're salivating after me, or they don't give a shit about me. Okay, I mean, this is really radical, right? But where is your mind going automatically? And why? Most importantly, why, right? In coaching, we examine this, but if you're gonna do it on your own, like, a very, very important question is to ask why. Why am I sooner prone to believe that they don't care about me, rather than saying, no, wait a minute, I'm well worthy. I'm this, that, and the other, all these beautiful qualities, which you are. Of course, if I choose them to be obsessed over me, and I made that decision consciously and I placed that in my consciousness, they don't have a fucking opinion. Do you understand? We're now, I have made myself available to be in a parallel reality where this is the truth. You're not worried about the motherfucking third party. It doesn't exist. They're going to be swept out of the way very lovingly, very gently, mind you, right? Wish nobody ill. It's all going to go your way, some magical poof way. You know what I mean? God has a plan. Universe has a plan that you know not of. Your job over here on planet Earth with your human mind that you're working with, just choose a motherfucking reality and stick to it. Don't be a schizophrenic. Okay, 1 hour this, the next hour that. Get a handle. This is what coaching is for. Get a handle on your emotions, get a handle on your mind. This is another reason why you need a coach, is somebody, again, to hold your hand when you're spiraling, when you're tempted to go off. Okay? Don't be a schizophrenic. Choose the destination, choose the outcome. This is my motherfucking outcome. This is how I manifest, whether that's SP or anything. Okay, here's a situation. What do I want instead? What do I want instead, or what do I want the outcome to be? All right. So early on, I'm making up my mind before the whole shebang will unfold itself. And I have a council with my spirit squad. You have a spirit squad too. You should really get to know those guys. And you go, all right, in your meditation, it will come to you. This is the perfect solution, hurting nobody. All right, very good. Now, if you ever end up in my coaching, I'll teach you how to energize these intentions with energy work, with your own energy, benevolent energy only. Okay. And once you place it holographically in your consciousness, it's game motherfucking over. Do you understand? Like, you could give a flying fuck what happens in the 3D. This person comes and says this person, you already know it's done. You already know it's done. And of course, as a human being, you have your days and blah, blah, blah. But the destination and the outcome is accomplished. So now, are you really treating yourself nicer than before and knowing it? Like, knowing that you're the golden Buddha, knowing that this is your golden timeline? Or are you in the process of butchering yourself still and being not nice to yourself at all? And insisting on the old timeline. That's all that it comes down to, right? The new choice, it should feel overwhelmingly so good to you that you're like, fuck this shit, man. Okay? Like, I'm gonna go over here and enjoy my fucking life. Like, I don't know, like, I get, excuse me, a lot of people over 30, like, I don't mean to be like ominous or whatever. You don't have forever. Try a new way. Just try a new way. Let yourself go with the new reality and start, at the very least, entertaining. Okay, what would it feel like for me to be obsessed over? Now, I, for one, I know what that's like. Like, my first boyfriend, I already shared it, was so obsessed over me. It was my first time writing down a really powerful intention, which I call symbolically magic spells. And here's the deal, and this is what I really meant to say. And thumbs up for everybody who's watching me here. And thank you. I didn't know that I didn't have to do it over and over again. Okay. Like, what a lot of people are doing in a manifestation community is they're going over it over and over again, like trying to muscle it in. Me being at the time 16 and not realizing, like, I more or less I had a blank canvas, even though my mother already kind of fucked me up, my narcissistic mother, but I was still very pure. And so for me, one time, like, my energy was still very pure. One time was enough. But because I did it several times, whatever I wrote down, it just escalated in power. And this guy, like, he became possessive over me, like totally obsessed, possessed, kind of situation. And that was a little bit uncomfortable. Like, imagine somebody going from being a player to being totally possessed. Like, he was a little too much, like, jealous and all of this kind of before he, had another lifestyle. But I said, no, this is not the kind of relationship we're going to have. So, in essence, know your power, know how much power you really hold. You don't need to. Once you cleanse your energy, once you get your energy good and right, it's like a very light-hearted desire. What would it be like if this guy suddenly, my favorite is when it's the most unlikely. Okay, so even work with your human mind when it's the most unlikely situation to you. Like, right now, maybe it's most unlikely, even better. Okay, just transport yourself to a parallel reality just for fun. And just, what would it feel like if there's suddenly nothing changed? I didn't lose more weight. Or you could say to yourself, nothing changed. But something did fucking change. And that change happened on the inside, not on the outside. Nothing is visible. Nobody's like waving a red flag or whatever color flag in confirmation. No, no. But your consciousness, it changed. You changed your mind about who this person is now to you and how he or she feels about you. And so the little kind of tiny, I see it like watercolor in the water. Like, let's just say it's red. Out of your mind, this thought came out, this feeling, and it's like, it's going towards your SP and it's reaching their airwaves. Now, listen, in reality, it's instant. It's instant. They got the idea instantly. Are you going to be consistent in that you're visiting that parallel reality consistently? Like, the next morning you wake up, they're obsessed with me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Until it becomes like, well, duh, they're obsessed with me. And then, hoopla, the guy shows up or the girl shows up and starts behaving in these obsessive ways until such time. Okay, you could take it to another level like I did, which, whatever. Okay, we're gonna talk about it separately, like how I arrived to this, okay, situation where it's automatic. Okay, I already assume that if I it's not selfish, okay, it's just something I worked on again as as a part of my self-confidence, if you will, where if I even there's a slight suggestion in my mind that I want somebody to obsess over me, they will, to the point where now I haven't been careful in the past, I must admit, okay, where it now happens so a little too automatically. I have to get a, had to think about these things in my own kind of like journey, where I literally have to be careful, who I want to be obsessed with me. I don't want to have that energy, and it's an energy thing. It's an energy of like, this is you need to know you're a golden Buddha. Your energy is to be obsessed over. How does that depict itself in the 3D is when you're really happy to be yourself. Really happy about your life, really on fire about life in general, to be interesting to other people, you have to be interested in life, in your own life, in life in general, have passions, have charisma, have be good at what you do. Okay, nobody wants to talk or engage with somebody who's depressed, who doesn't know their place in life. Or maybe they do and they're not doing anything about it. You have to be yourself on fire for somebody to be like, holy shit, bananas, I'm fucking missing out. And some of you, a lot of you actually have that, but are not in appreciation of your golden Buddha energy. You don't know, like, again, as I often say, you're sitting on $1 billion. You don't know that you are $1 billion. And so people treat you like, I don't know, a dollar bill or something, because you don't treat yourself like $1 billion. Check out my mug. So, a lighthearted desire, that's all you need. Your energy is made of gold. They will come running. Your realization that you are made of gold, that it's a light touch, you see. It's not like 10,000 affirmation. What do I have to wear and how do I have to look? What makeup I have to put on? If you're happy with yourself and you think that you deserve, okay, somebody to get obsessed over you just because you fully love and accept yourself. It's not not in a narcissistic sense, but in a very like, I don't fucking need anybody's approval. Okay, do whatever the fuck I please, as long as I don't hurt anybody. Okay, if I choose somebody, nothing major has to happen, no kind of like dramatic things. If there is a third party somehow or other, again, just want to reemphasize, they will be swept out of the way in a most loving and considerate way. Nobody needs to suffer. You'll get your way every single time. So a couple of things I wrote down for you guys. Hold on, let me just check. Oh, the last thing I'm gonna say, it was really important, and then I'll give you a couple things to do. If you're suffering without them, right? It means that all your energy is over there. It doesn't actually mean that they're more desirable than you. That again, you need to tilt the scales in your favor by becoming more magnetic. How do you become more magnetic? You need to be fulfilled with your life. And when I coach people, a lot of the times, your life is not in order. Like SP is the least of your worries. When you put your life in order, when you have it all organized, you're taking care of the base, the home base. Then you can attract fucking anything. So you see how it's like totally a fucking handbag, totally a fucking handkerchief or a wallet. Okay, you're SP. You're the main dish. Stop suffering. Go and do something today to make your life better. Pay that bill, do that class, do something to get your juices pumping, get your passion back for life. You'll see how everything is gonna fall into motherfucking place. Your SP included. Your SP is gonna be like, where do I sign up? If there's an appointment, where do I sign up? I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? They're gonna be like seeking you out instead of you. When are they gonna call? Fuck that shit. No, you obsess over me. It's that inner Faith, you want to call it, inner knowing. Like, if I decide I want you, and for all the right reasons, and my energy goes out and it pulsates only love, you don't have an opportunity to say no. You don't. I just decided which reality I live in, hurting nobody. Hoopla. I just performed a magic trick, you could say. But I know, and from that moment, this is it. No going back. No more schizophrenia, okay? I've just made a decision. There's no going back. You're obsessed with me. Whether I'm cranky or doing whatever, one of my favorite declarations is, no matter what I say or do, my desires are coming true. All right, it's just stationary. You place it there in your consciousness. This guy or girl is gaga over you. That's the role they're gonna play, no matter what. Why? You're not allowed to get cranky. You're not allowed to dooba dooba doo. As long as you maintain the knowledge, I'm the golden Buddha. I'm in the position to benevolently affect anybody, especially if it's my SP. No need to hurt anybody. All could be just mentally, energetically pulsated into the quantum field. Listen, the results that you will get in this way compared to anything you do to 3D in the 3D. And I understand everybody's on their journey. They're beginners, they're intermediate, all of these things, but the result that you simply will get from having your own counsel, energetically marrying a reality, far will supersede any motherfucking affirmation tape, any visualization. I mean, everybody's different. Some things work for others, but when you are that powerful, and you're already that powerful, you already have that power. But when your power supersedes anything, and that all you need is your own power. You don't need any more declarations. It's game over. It's like, I'm going to vibrate whatever the fuck I want every single day. Yes, for my own discipline, for my human mind, I will write stuff out. This is part of, humanity, being human. But more or less, if I'm disciplined enough, I already have everything in position. In fact, it becomes so boring for you that it will start coming true like clockwork. You will predict it into existence that this person is gaga for you now. All that you did, though, is that you aligned your shit to coordinate with that timeline where they've but always were obsessed with you. Like right now, right, I'm telling you, right now, they want to marry you, they want kids, whatever the fuck you please, they want that shit. Okay, a couple of things I wrote down. You guys can type your questions if you've got any. Okay, so doing something unexpected is what you can do. And by that, I don't mean radical, some kind of a, reckless situation. No. Opposite to what they expect. I mean, I don't know your situation, but chances are I wrote it down for somebody who may be chasing them right now, or behaving in too, you're too accommodating, sharing too much. Blah, 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 blah. No, backtrack a second. Be a little bit more mysterious. Don't share so much. Let them work for your attention. Do something opposite where it's like not on purpose, but start being more about yourself. Don't uh, less output, more receptivity kind of deal. It's so nice to receive, right? Give a little. Here's my little amuse bouche, little appetizer presentation. You let the guy or girl come back to you. This kind of equal dance, not just paragraphs of text, and then you get upset, you get nothing back. Well, this is why, because you're working too hard. The less you try, the more results you will get. If all you're doing is energetic and the entirety of time you're translating everything, you're overlaying your translation and interpretation because it was your decision that they're obsessed with you. And no matter what they type in a text message, or no matter what they say to you during that adjustment period, especially, if you just like squarely purely know they're fucking obsessed with me, and everything goes through that filter instead of the previous filter of I'm undesirable, blah blah blah. Even if it's a good thing, you're going to, like, if you overlay that filter, anything can be translated in that way. But if you squarely purely focus on they're obsessed with me, so anything they will type or not type, it's because they're obsessed with you. Your actions will change. You understand? You're gonna stop trying so hard. Like, imagine, this person is obsessed with you. Why the fuck would you try so hard? It's telepathic. So do something unexpected. Show them I've changed. I'm a different person now. I'm the person who knows they're the golden Buddha. I don't have to try so hard. You fucking try if you want to be with me. That will shift your dynamic completely. Now, it might take a little bit of time, but it's best to spend your time this way rather than to, you know what I mean, to keep chasing, even energetically. And the minute that you'll turn your energy around and you'll be like, I'm about myself more, not in a narcissistic sense, but I appreciate my time alone. I appreciate doing things without you. I appreciate what I do for a living. I appreciate this, that, and the other. You're a nice addition to my life. Yes, you bring a lot to the table, but I am okay just without you. This is the perfect motherfucking setup, may I tell you, to attract a husband or a boyfriend or a wife. When you're just like, yeah, please, I can have another you in a minute, kind of deal, like Beyonce. You need, not that you would, not that you're a player, not that you would cheat. No, 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 no. But it's like, hey, I can have anybody. You'd be lucky to have me. That's the obsession vibes. And again, I want to stress for the third time in this life, doesn't matter if you're a fucking supermodel or you're not. It's not about the fucking looks. It's about the energy. It's about the vibe the person gives off. Is it a desperate vibe? Or is it a vibe of, I know I got it. I'm the hottest chick in the game. What's up? Or I'm the hottest dude in the game. Big thumbs up for those who are rewatching. And cheers. Excuse me. Okay. So that's one. So stay interested, sorry, in your life. Here's a really important one. The mind is always looking for a story to tell. Have you noticed, like, when you wake up? I don't know about you, but it happens to me once in a while. Maybe because I have such vivid dreams of like visiting other planets and other realms and this and that. Like, when I wake up, I'm like, I have to compose myself a little. Who am I? Oh, yeah, my name is Anna, and this and that, and this reality is happening. Holy shit, bananas, kind of deal, right? So your mind constantly is looking for a story to tell, to kind of align, make sense, to be like perfectly organized. Okay, give it a new story. Okay, if you need to, again, in my coaching, we go through all of that meticulously, and everybody needs help in that department. I don't care who you are, because let me just tell you again, not to brag, but like I've done this long enough. People do all sorts of things wrong out there in the manifestation community, and I really help people to simplify it and to get the most results out of it, because I just done it so many times myself and with other people. You need to write the story. What is the story of this new person that you are? Not ignoring the past, but in fact alchemizing the past, making the most out of it. And now you're here. So in coaching, very quickly, but this is important, we it's not that we change the past. We alchemize it, giving it a different meaning so that you feel good about who you are today, because a lot of people feel so bad about not doing enough in the past, not doing this, regretting that, tupatu, tupatu. You need to part with all of this. You need to make good with who you are. But you don't get to do that if the story is dragging on. So the story needs to change. This is my moment of victory. This is my moment of a revolution, unlike any other. This is my quantum leap. I have been guided to this my whole entire life. I'm on the precipice of something great, of amazing grandeur. Some spectacular results are going to come out of my commitment to shift myself into this timeline. If you talk to yourself like this in the morning and you look straight into your face and, hey, well done so far. All those troubles, they were not for nothing. You've built yourself from ground up. And a lot of you, I coach a lot of you. I'm so freaking proud of my clients, and so flattered and so grateful to have you, because you are powerful beings. You're really talented, really powerful, really strong individuals. What's lacking once again is the confidence that you are benevolent. This is the funny part, right? So you are benevolent and an empath, and you're afraid of your own power. You're playing small, whilst somebody like a narcissist doesn't have any care in the world for other people, yet they're, ballsy enough to lie and spread lies and do all this stupid bullshit. Okay, so be bold, like teach yourself to be bold. Like, I don't know, again, if your life depended on it, to start being bold. This is how I learned to be bold. I was this shy Russian girl that came to New York, at 17, all by herself, no parents here, no nothing, nobody, all right, just me and $600. I had to become fucking bold. Otherwise, nothing was gonna happen, and I was not gonna go back to home to my fucking crazy narcissistic mother. So that kept me going. So if your life depended on it, right? Like, you've waited, I don't know how many years, like your life depends on it. Be bold enough, like, this is my moment. This is my time. There will be no other time. This is the time. Like, if you treat every day like that, watch how your life turns around. You will not, I repeat, you will not waste a moment in regret. Try not to. You will not waste a moment in doubt or anything. Like, momentarily, yeah, but like, no, no, no. This does not serve me. I have to keep on going towards the story that I prefer. And the story is, I'm a magnificent being. I'm a magnificent being who's about to quantum leap and make sense of all of my so-called struggles. All of these so-called struggles, they will benefit you. Just watch and see. You will be like, you will literally, honestly, you will be like, you will look back and say, thank God for X, Y, and Z. Thank God for this. Thank God for that. Because without it, I wouldn't be who I am. This is the moment that God, universe prepared me for. Okay? Hold on one second. Sorry. Mm. Hydrating with coffee. Okay, so the mind is always looking for a story to tell. Give it precision, specific direction. Don't let it run wild on you. Okay? You're in charge, not the motherfucking mind. The mind is a monkey. The mind is an animal. You need to fucking train it. You need to give it, this is what you do in the morning. There's a rhythm to it. This is what it's like when you're on a diet, okay? This is what we eat. This is what we think. This is how we behave. A whole new brand fucking routine. And when you have a brand new fucking routine, you're a brand new fucking person. Like, what else can I say to you? Okay. So, the other thing is like, don't be so obvious. I mean, it's obvious you want this person. Don't worry, this person either already knows or is suspecting, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a guy. Just let it come natural to you. It's understood. You're a guy, whatever, however it is, maybe it's same sex. You both are interested. Now, understand one thing. The reason that you even rendezvoused with this person, the reason it's even in your mind that you guys can be together, is because it's in their mind also, right? So the base is already there. You quantum entangled with this individual. Now, what are you gonna make a mess out of it? And don't worry if it's a mess right now. Don't worry about it. It's not, unless it went to abuse. Everything is fixable. Don't worry about it. You can throw out the canvas, start painting again. But what are you building out of this? And even if it went to shed, even if you guys disconnected, they ghosted you, blah, 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 still fixable. Again, unless it went to abuse. Just right here, right now, what do you want to send them? Do you want to send them, it's obvious you're obsessing over me. I misinterpreted the entire shebang. You see how you can retroactively change the past by deciding right now that we're always upset? Because if you change your mind in the present, the whole past changes automatically. You're no longer part of the messy timeline. Yes, you remember, blah, 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 and they will come back and apologize to you, but you've just made yourself a part of a differently interpreted timeline that is only to your benefit. And you're realizing in this now timeline that they were always obsessed with you. And you know this like you know your name. Like, I don't know how else to say it to you. Parallel to, so this kind of faith and this kind of knowing, parallel to adjusting your frequency through adjusting your confidence. Confidence in what you can do. Like, again, as a for instance, 17-year-old Anna, hi, how are you, with $600 coming to New York, didn't have any fucking confidence. Like, zero would be the number, okay? But then I landed in New York and I had to grow a pair, okay? And I had to learn myself and how to be confident. And now I know how I know that I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world, but I know the kind of effect I have on people. And most in particular, I know the kind of effect I have on men. Why? Because that's my program, because that's my consciousness, that's my understanding. And it doesn't matter like who's more beautiful, who's this, that. No, I'm Anna, I'm me, and that's about it, you know? So take it or leave it kind of situation. You see how when you don't give a shit to compete or to be better than some, you're you. That's all you can do. Be authentic to you. Do you, but authentically. Like, this is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to be. And I am enough. I'm more than enough. I'm far more than enough. This kind of situation, detaching from all the mama drama panorama, sets you apart from most people because most people don't think this way. They constantly think like they have to, compete and do weird shit. No, you're just doing, you know how sexy and attractive it is that the person knows that they don't have to be anybody else but themselves. And they're so proud of it. That's it. I'm me, how you like me now. And only you get to decide what's right for you. It's not, you're not doing things because you're being obvious and you're trying to cater to this person or you're trying to be overly accommodating. I'm not saying not be a nice person. Be a nice person by all means, okay? But don't try to become somebody else because you're trying to make them like you. Don't be so obvious. Leave a little mystery. Okay, let me look at my notes. Anybody has questions? It's almost an hour, which I like to keep it at. Sorry, one second. So I want to make sure I've covered all of the notes. One second. The main thing I want to leave you with, okay? You have this power now, and to the best of my ability, I'm gonna. Sometimes I rewatch and I'm like, I still haven't gotten to, and to the best of my ability, I'm channeling the best words that I can like explain what I'm feeling. So to do it benevolently, right? But to have somebody obsess over you, it's either the love of that or the fear. You've heard this before, it's very true. Like, I have had examples in my personal life where I feared somebody would get obsessed over me because of everything that I just explained, the work that I had to do on myself, my own self esteem being in the toilet. Sometimes we really underestimate. Again, because of how popularized all of that became, like the repetition, you don't need to repeat so much. Sometimes it's overbearing, it's too much. You're overusing your power. So sometimes because of all of this, how can I say, potent energy went out, it could also be a negative obsession. So you have to be careful about it. You have to understand the power that you have. Okay. So try to very much so create with love only, because if you fear somebody is going to get obsessed over you, they fucking will. And it's not going to be the best kind of obsession. Only direct your obsession energy in the most healthy way. Okay. I know that I have had this effect on other people in the past where they have gotten obsessed over me, like in a negative way. Something, I had to think about recently in the last couple of years. but that you have this power now and that you can use it and kind of like maybe adjust some things and say, no, this is my default now. If I decide somebody's going to get obsessed, they're going to get obsessed, but in a healthy manner. So there's a lot, there's a lot of like questions. How does this make you feel? What comes up? What energy? Is it energy of fear, doubt? Is it negative? Or is it like, well, of course, it's warm and cozy and very well kind of, you can feel that it's benevolent. Okay. This is something that is sustainable. In other words, it's not some kind of like a reckless obsession. It's somebody who's, yes, going to become your husband, going to become your boyfriend, going to become your wife, your girlfriend. It's the quality of vibration. Here, I have it now. It's the quality of vibration. Like as it's going out, your thought, your telepathy, your telepathic thought, like I know they're obsessed over me. It's not, again, the problem you're having is not that you don't have the power, it's how you're directing it. As the telepathy, the telepathic thought is going out and you're saying, I know you're obsessed with me. What's the underlying feeling? I'm so afraid, or we're so in love and I'm so happy. I just explained it. And believe it or not, this right here, like, is the solution for everything. Every single thing, like, it's not enough the thought. The thought itself is good. But then what is the energy underneath it? Are you really afraid? I mean, you could use it to manifest, I suppose. I don't recommend it with fear, but the fact is fear and love are, polar opposites, really strong emotions, right? So if you're afraid of something or if you're in love with something, both equally really, really powerful. So it's all how you direct it. And my suggestion, my recommendation is to direct it with love because then it will be sustainable. You don't want to live in fear. You don't want, it's all sorts of, it's a different timeline. It's not going to take you any place good if you direct it with fear. I hope that makes sense. And in a sense, like, basically be benevolent towards yourself, right? So that's what it is. But it's, as I started out saying, this is so easy. It just takes a decision and then the connection to, again, by working on yourself and really understanding it's not a matter of physicality, it's a matter of energy. It's a matter of the kind of energy you show up with. The same hair you have, the same makeup, but if you don't have this energy of, I know I'm it, without being narcissistic, just you could be humble, you could be a nice person and still feel I'm it. I'm it, baby. You'll shine in every room that you'll show up in. You'll radiate such magnetism that all the men or all the women, whatever you're into, will be all around you. They will not even understand why. It's your program. It's your program that's playing. They're just part of your program. So if you learn how to do it purposefully, I mean, as I've said, reason why I offer coaching is because I have some shortcuts. Everything I'm explaining to you right now, like it took me years to really fine tune and understand, but to to make it simple for you to understand and to have your manifestations precise without any kind of deviation, these are the mechanics. And you're only able to direct your energy with love, not with fear, thus remaining on the timeline of the ultimate kind, the timeline of love, the timeline of golden Buddha, when you're pure yourself. And there's no shame in admitting, like, sometimes everybody's a work in progress. It's not that. It's, are you allowing yourself to tap in more into your power and not feel so alone in this world and really just get to know who you really are? And this untapped potential that is yours now, that your darling SP simply reminding you of, hey, you're all powerful. Come on, get behind the wheel, do something. It's one, two, three. It's easier than you realize. All right, guys. So that will be all for today. Thank you, everybody who watched and who is rewatching. Big thumbs up and big subscribe. I'll see you next week. Ciao, cacao. Bye bye. Because.